Now go up there and slap Chris Rock.
You know, they don't say it like that. Like, why?
I know. Like, let's get into it. Why are we slapping Chris Rock? Did he deserve it?
Yeah.
He okay.
Yeah. Sophie, knock it off.
Yeah.
Walk off. Walk.
Walk away.
Okay, she's hot and like.
Anyway. But Chris Rock does. I swear. Okay.
Oh.
Cause she's right on the
Disrespectful.
Like, my freak.
You have your own toys.
Like yeah, like
don't
no,
I think that, like, did you see how she pounced? She literally thinks it's for her. Like, girl,
wait,
that's
no,
not
he's
true.
freak. They are. We'll get
to them, girl. Like, they're going.
Chris Rock deserved it. Is what we're getting at. That's what we're trying to say. Is that Chris Rock deserved it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Our episode is called "Not Go Up There and Stop Chris Rock" because we're going to be talking about. What'd you say?
If you can see what it says.
Speak up.
Don't give it away if they can't see it.
Sit back down. Our episode is called "Not Go Up There and Slap Chris Rock" because we're going to be talking about how. And we're going to be talking about how media affects people our age.
Oh, I'm laying your house to the ground.
And we're going to be talking about how media affects people our age. And just like celebrities and like how they what they really contribute.
How this new age of just like I feel like celebrities
what they actually
definitely have changed like
think
exponentially because of social media.
Early Beyonce. Think about Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson. Think about that era.
Yeah,
think
like
about
the early
now.
2000s.
He like a celebrity back then was like a celebrity.
Yeah,
a celebrity
and now it's like,
is the freaking Charlie D'Amelio, which is no hate to Charlie. No hate to Charlie. No hate to all hate to James Charles. But I mean, like it just changed a lot, and I feel like when it changed, it like went down in quality.
Yeah.
Not because
no hate because like sorry.
Not because no, I didn't mean it.
You like
no, sorry, no, because I'm doing this because I know my brain is like saying no.
I feel like honestly it started with the Kardashians.
No.
Because I feel like they didn't contribute a lot. They weren't like. Do you think they're deserving of the platform? Because, like, what have they really done? Like, because it's not like they were actors.
Yeah, I definitely,
Like, they
I see what
branched out because of, like, their initial, like, wealth and, like, hierarchy kind of.
So, okay, we can claim that, like, this entire thing of, like, fame getting, like, diluted kind of started with Kardashians. But it didn't, like, I'm talking about our age. They're definitely famous for nothing. Mm-hmm. But, like, in our kind of generation, I feel like it started with something else. Like, somebody else had to be, like, it was before Charlie D'Amelio. I'm not going to say that.
Like an influencer type?
Mm-hmm.
Probably, like, with Musically then.
No, but who was famous musically? Like, people were getting platforms musically as like, crazy as they are now?
No. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who was the first, like, and they were, because of TikTok.
I don't know. I feel like Charlie D'Amelio is like the one. Like if you're talking about TikTok, like, it has to be Charlie D'Amelio because like there's not a single
it
TikTok
kind of
user
was
who doesn't know
Charlie.
who that is.
Like why you do that?
Yeah, because I feel like
it was freaking renegade.
It was like YouTube platforms. Like nothing like
because I'm thinking
but like
Liza Koshy contributed something. It was like
because she's like an actor or whatever.
Yeah, no, she made like actually like fun things. It wasn't like she was like
making Charlie D'Amelio's just there. I mean, I guess she is trying to branch out to the music career, but like who isn't? So I'm like, y'all are just there. Like y'all aren't.
No, it's not even hate. I'm trying to think like, but I think of Liza Koshy. I think it's a completely different thought. Like, because Charlie D'Amelio or a TikToker. Yeah. Because YouTube was like. Back
it was
then,
more of
like,
a hobby and like not a
job.
It
was more of a but now people are trying to make it jobs. That's what people want to do. Yeah. But back then it was for fun and it was kind of like a
It's not, and also it's not.
It was like an outlet for something. Yeah. It wasn't really like
it was for fun. Like
it wasn't really like I'm trying to get famous.
Yeah.
And now that they are famous, you respect them because like they did what they want and it was a passion. But now it's like I want to be this. So let me put it into this outlet.
Too hard, basically.
Yeah.
You're trying too hard.
If
you're being a try hard, like you're being a pick me.
Not Charlie D'Amelio. But just people in general. Influencers in general.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
And let's say that every episode. Let's get it.
What?
No.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah. So our first topic that we... Why are you laughing? Like, I'm laughing because you're laughing. I'm
I hate that husky behind laugh. I just let out.
You get it from Dad. You get it from Dad.
Ew. I hate
He ain't gonna be like...
I hate that. Ew.
They both.
I'm gonna be
you
like
ever hear Gala laugh after she farts?
Let me not. Ew.
She'd be like,
because it's freaking mischievous and maniacal. Like, she's terrible. Let me put my knee down because I know it's ashy. So that's staying on the ground. My feet, anyways.
Our first topic that we wanted to talk about was Kanye and the Kardashians. Now, me personally, I said Kanye because Kanye, like, I've been having a lot of conversations about him. Mm-hmm. Not even a lot, but I've had multiple conversations about him with peers and with adults. And, like, let's get one thing clear. My guy is not a visionary. He's not no Kanye. He's Kanye.
Okay, girl.
Because for real, like, I feel like a lot of people take his controversial topics that he be talking about, or just like his.
I think
things
people
that,
are.
Let me finish my thought.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
His controversial topics that he be talking about, and they try to like maneuver what his words into like fitting what they think that he's trying to say.
Yeah, I feel
and not in a negative or positive way. They'd be like, "Oh no, what he meant is this." Like I know when I talk because I talk fast. I'm a fast thinker. I'll say something, but I'll mean something else. So I have to go back and clarify it. People try to clarify for him and kind of be like, "That's not what he meant. He didn't mean it like this, so he's not really a bad guy." But he be saying, "I'm Jesus."
I'm trying. Okay, but I know, but you're like you keep going.
Because I'm really trying to pause. I'm
take the social cue and just.
There's no social cue when I'm talking.
Okay, good.
Look, I was actually
go. Hey, you're done. Okay.
No, but now I'm gonna say something.
No,
because you cut me off. You keep cutting me off, and I can't get my.
Okay. So
there's no way you're trying to. Let me finish my sentence.
Go ahead.
People keep trying to clarify for him and justify what he's saying, but if you just let this dude talk, then you realize that he's saying out of pocket things, and you gotta be held accountable for what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like what I was gonna say. I feel like his fan base is blinded or whatever, and they're just blindly justifying whatever he has to say and making it seem like he's a genius. Just because he made graduation does not change the fact that he is a lunatic. Like, he is insane.
You can be both.
You can be both. You can
look at Edgar Allan Poe.
Look at Kanye himself. He made graduation, but he is literally demented. Like,
and it's not like a thing where like people try to justify it because it's Kanye. And other people try to justify it because let me talk slower. People try and justify it because it's Kanye, but then people try and justify it because
they can slow down. You know,
he has a mental illness, which I'm not sure what it is. I think bipolar disorder.
Yeah, but
people say that
pills.
And people say that his disorder contributes to what he's saying, and so we can't judge him as harshly because he has a disorder. Absolutely not. No.
I feel like if anything,
because I feel like when it was
bipolar disorder does
these
not
same people
affect. I feel like.
But we don't know.
I just saw a video of Charlie Sheen, the interview, bro, and he was like, "I'm bi winning." They would have put me on medical care. Oh, because he's also bipolar. He's like, "I'm bi winning." It was so funny, bro.
You probably shouldn't like speak your opinion. Like, not that it's a bad opinion, but we don't really know if bipolar disorder affects.
Because I was gonna say, I feel like it affects more personal relationships. I wouldn't say.
I wouldn't know.
Because I like the stuff that like.
I had ideas that fast and I forgot it.
I'm crying. Because I feel like Charlie Sheen, I feel like it's mostly his personal relationships that make him problematic. Because
but all mental disorders are a spectrum though, so we can't be like, oh, because he has it this way.
Yeah, and I can't necessarily say that his actions are like, or his bipolar disorder contributes to his actions. He could just be like dumb. Like, he could just be like irresponsible.
Yeah. So what we're getting to is that celebrities nowadays, actually my point was that the people who are defending him tend to be older people and misguided age people. So the older people that are defending him and being like, oh, that's not what he means, you guys are taking it out of context or something. Y'all are kind of the same generation that were like kids with ADHD are just bad kids.
Yeah.
But now you're trying to say, oh, because he has a mental disorder, he don't really mean what he be saying. He's the bill. Like, those are two different. You can't pick and choose. Like, if your mental disorder contributes to your behavior, then have that for everything. Yeah. And judge that on every level. Because y'all were definitely saying the kids with ADHD were bad kids.
Mental disorder freaking contributed to graduation. Like,
right. Maybe you can have good outlets and bad outlets.
And I think
graduation was a good behind outlet. But you getting on broadcast.
That Twitter
account.
Those podcasts.
Yeah.
You stay off of it.
Yeah. Because maybe speak your mind into the mic.
Maybe speak your mind in the studio.
Yeah. And then leave it right there.
And I feel like the same people who, like, when you said, like, older people and, like, our age people, I feel like the kids who are our age that are justifying, like, Kanye and his actions are also the same.
You speak your mind to the mic. I'm really funny.
That was funny. The same kids who like are like on the alt-right pipeline and like Andrew Tate, and I'm like, well, like I saw videos. Wait, can I just say this really quick? Remember what you're gonna say. You don't have to listen right now because I understand. Yeah. I was watching a video of him and whatever, and me trying to remember, and it was literally freaking. You write it down or something. And it was literally him talking about how reading doesn't make you smarter, or like he just says stuff just to sound like he's smart, but he's literally actually dumb. Kanye? And he's bald. No, Andrew Tate. Like, and like you said Andy's bald. I was like, what does baldness gotta do? But like not only are you stupid, you're bald too. So like
our guy here is.
Okay, but he's cool and he's not Andrew Tate. Like, alright, go ahead. What are you doing over there?
I'm trying to remember.
Like, go ahead. Like, you're looking silly.
I'm trying to tell you something. Come here.
Oh, you're trying to.
Yeah, it's whispering. Y'all can't know.
Whole thing of pregnancy. Oh, yeah. What the freak were we talking about?
wait. Freak. Okay.
So, I've been seeing like on TikTok like people are starting to. First of all, on TikTok, I don't like talking like that. But anyways, a lot of people I feel like are influencers. Like everybody's an influencer. Everybody's talking about buy this, buy that. Everybody has a freaking Bang Energy, the coldest water bottle, or freaking the bloom powder thing. Bloom, the bloom, whatchamacallit, the bloom bang boom, like freak, like it's all the same anyways. The
what are you talking
about? Everybody has like a deal or a sponsorship or whatever, and I'm just like, yeah, everybody's an influencer now. I'm just like, how come we can't just make videos
and be fun
and like be free and like
it's cool when you can use your platform to promote things that you actually care about. No, like say if we like. What's something that I like a company that you're interested in or something like. Like say if
the Inkbox, I think that's pretty cool. Like temporary tattoos.
You know, I've been seeing that too. Say if we collab with Inkbox or whatever, because it's like self-expression and see what I would do that. If Inkbox wanted to collab, I would do that because it's about self-expression and it's like a part of like we did this podcast to express ourselves basically because I feel like we have a lot to say on certain topics.
Yeah, definitely.
So if things like, but then when you get companies like big corporations, like just things that are giving shameless plug and not necessarily this really merges with your brand, you just kind of want to get up there and get promoted and get money. Then I feel like that's when it loses its value.
Yeah, definitely.
Your viewers are gonna know. People can tell. Not even your viewers. The people around you, your friends, the people who are supporting you are gonna be able to tell. Like, I feel like you're promoting it. You're not actually putting what you want out there. And I feel like it's not giving Radio Rebel.
And I feel like it was one thing when a select few people were doing it, like the people who were going to VidCon. Like VidCon is a big
remember
event.
When VidCon? No, yeah, remember when VidCon? I used to be like, that's so big. Like,
yeah,
I used to freaking watch. Who was I watching?
Breezy Animations.
Liza Koshy. Liza Koshy. I watched Generation DIY. I watched Let Me Explain Studios.
Jaden Animations.
Like what's it called? Vlog their VidCon thing and go into their apartment and have like Google phones in their boxes. I used to think that's so big.
Yeah, that's
so big. Like you have to be up there.
Being,
you're getting free things.
The epitome of being like a content creator. Like a content creator was like. It meant something, and I feel like now anybody is one.
Yeah, and it's not like a watered down thing because if you have a valuable platform, like if you have an actual genuine platform, then what you do is still valuable. But you can't be kind of ingenuine or like phony with your stuff.
Yeah,
and then when you get on this stuff,
like,
it's just
and it's like it's hard.
It loses its value.
Yeah, like exactly. Like
like.
Print more money, like this is what happens. Inflation, it's an inflation of like content creators. I feel like,
which is a shame because a lot of the actual genuine content creators are getting washed out. We just see more this fastification,
the fast fashionification of content creators. Yeah, that literally hurt to say. Like I'm not. Alright. Next topic. I'm done.
Dude, why
is Addison Rae at the Met Gala? Why is Addison Rae, Miss Hype House, Miss TikTok, Miss
let me take a selfie.
Yeah, Miss. Like,
In the
what?
same room as Beyonce.
That's not fair.
In
And
the
it's
same
just,
room
like,
as Lady Gaga.
Yeah, and I'm like, it would be one thing if these people
Rihanna
were
even-
building their way up, like building their way up. But it's not fair. Like,
No,
she gets to star in like the crappiest reboot of any movie you've ever seen. He's all that. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, like it's not fair that you get to be in the worst movie ever to ever like exist ever. I'm not exaggerating. The worst movie to ever exist, and you get to go to the Met Gala. Like, girl.
Not that we're jealous.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, honestly, I don't care about the Met Gala or anything. But I'm like, I shouldn't have. My eyes should not have had to see that and then see you at the Met Gala.
Just because it saturates,
that's just not fair.
It saturates like the hard work all the other celebrities have to do to get there.
Yeah.
Beyonce did not post a video on TikTok and get famous in a couple years. She's been doing this her whole life.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
Beyonce does have privilege because she did grow up like rich or whatever, but she's still like
no, but she still worked for.
She definitely did.
Beyonce's not
hard.
Beyonce because she was rich.
Yeah,
like she had to earn that title. Like it wasn't like. It was like when she started, she was already Beyonce. Yeah,
and she has the talent to back it up, and I feel like a lot of people don't. Like, I'm sorry, like
some people
should not be at the Met Gala. TikTok should not be on the red carpet. Like,
when you're an artist, it's not just like that's actually I just had a great idea. Artist is not the same thing as content creator, okay? Mm-hmm. You can definitely be an artist and a content creator at the same time, but to create a content thing and just get it out there, while it takes effort, it does not take a lot of talent. It don't take a lot of, I don't want to say work, but it don't take a lot of artistry, okay? Unless what you're putting out there is actually like art, unless you're drawing, unless you're designing, unless you're like editing is an art form, but it's not when it's a quick 5-minute video, not when you're just trying to get promotions out,
not when it's a 30-second
not
TikTok
when it's for promotion, like not when it's like
that's just not right. Like, it's just not right. Like,
well, that is yourself expressing.
You have to earn
a dance is definitely yourself
like
expression. It's not the
same
as like. It's just it's not the same as like being in a studio or something. Like, I'm not ever in a studio.
I would never be like want to go to the Met Gala as a YouTuber or something. Like, I would never.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel like I earned it. Actually.
Yeah, like I wouldn't feel right doing that. Like I just feel like you can't blame those people because like
I'd love to have a platform.
They do anything for money, but I'm just like I just don't understand. Like,
I love that. I would honestly like be like crazy if this kind of blew up. Not even blew up, but if this got like a couple hundred views or whatever, and I'd be like, oh my god, I have a little platform because that'd be cool. Yeah. But to get famous, I would want to do something else. I'd want to be something.
Yeah, I would create something like, but not content like art. Like,
okay, here we go. Artist is not. That's what I just said. Like artist is not
content. Content creation is not art. It's not art.
Yeah,
it doesn't take any type of creative.
We're supposed to tie this into responsibility. Because a lot of our content creators just kind of put it out there and not really have like any kind of, they just want to get up there but not really getting up there. They're not really taking the responsibility they have as what's it called?
I don't
like they're not really like seeing the impact they have on kids, especially our generation, especially when you're just putting stuff out there.
Can I say something really quickly?
Good.
I don't want to say that because I said content creation isn't any type of art. I don't want to say that because I feel like honestly, like especially when I first started out, but like. Not now, not anymore, but like newer people.
Okay, so fast. Let me just say fast.
The fastification, the fast
fashion media is not.
That's good. That's good. Coins, patent, yeah.
Fast fashion media is not artistry or like not.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Fast fashion media is not artistry. Content creation can definitely be artistry.
Mm-hmm.
However,
it's one thing if you come out with this brand new like. Idea and perspective on content creation.
However, I feel like that should be two different things.
But like, Get Ready With Me should not earn you a spot at the Met Gala. Nor should a TikTok dance.
Like content creation can be artistry, and you should be rewarded for that if you're putting out genuine things, if your impact is great.
Yeah,
but it should be two different things. It's the Met Gala should be for like celebrities.
Yeah,
and then like if you want a platform,
art should be celebrated. Yeah. Celebrities like. Artists to be celebrated.
Like I'm saying, like if you're like a celebrity, I don't want to say celebrity, but if you're a celebrity, what you do is content creation, and you're putting out good things, and you're a genuine person, and you have a great like platform, and you want to be, what are you doing? And you want to be recognized for what you do. then what I would do is get my own little gala party up together and have my own little like circle of like
people like me, and then build from there,
and like build that famous people, because then that's your own thing.
You should not.
But trying to converge all these content creators into the Met Gala, like we have not earned that. Like everyday people have not. Let me not say that.
Yeah, because that sounds like I feel like capitalism.
Yeah, that's not. We don't
like
have
1%.
Yeah, we don't. No, but
like the stuff that these people are doing, like it's not. I feel like
tie this into responsibility. I've been trying to do that for 5 minutes.
No, I feel like earned because most of the people on there are celebrated because they're artists. That's what I was saying. Like celebrities that make art are celebrated. You know, like artists.
That
like
celebrity comes from, because if so, that's really smart.
like I'm thinking like
celebrate artists, celebrity. That's really smart, y'all.
No, so I don't. Okay,
that's really smart.
I don't think that's what that is.
But if it is, that's really.
But like Anna Wintour, like Beyonce,
Vivian Westwood,
the people who
creation.
Yeah, like
creation.
But like Addison Rae, I feel like she did not earn her spot up there. I'm sorry. Like at the Teen Choice Awards, at the Nickelodeon Kids Choice
definitely.
Most definitely.
You got it.
You got
that's
it.
All you, babe.
That's all you.
Freaking VidCon.
Yeah,
all you. Nobody can vlog the way you can.
Nobody can work a camera like you.
Nobody can make a TikTok
and they
video.
all vlog like David Dobrik.
There's a responsibility standard, because with this fast fashion media thing, there's a responsibility standard that a lot of people have not kind of, like taken into account. We watched yesterday in Science a video of this girl pouring soda into her washing machine, turning it on, doing a little thing, and then recording herself pulling cotton candy out of her lint trap in the dryer. We watched her pour it in the washer. She pulled it out of the dryer and then acted like she was eating cotton candy as if the washer had made cotton candy, and started eating it out of the lint trap, talking about like, oh, it works, try this at home, and not thinking like you're catering to little kids. Little kids are gonna do this and have their kids and have their parents spend thousands of dollars trying to fix what they broke, not realizing that what you're putting out there is harmful to a certain group of people. And if what you're doing affects sometimes adults.
It's shrooms and 5-minute videos or 5-minute hacks.
5-minute crafts.
Yeah, 5-minute crafts.
Them 5-minute crafts.
Abolish and eradicate
them out of the system.
And 5-minute crafts.
Abolish and eradicate the grown adults making
those
content
videos
for little kids.
Brent Rivera.
Yes.
Why did you just say
that? I agree with you, but I have no idea who that is.
Okay. I'll look it up.
That little boy who plays with toys, Ryan's, all for him.
Oh, I was
all for him. But if it was his parents playing with toys and posting it on that'd be weird, and y'all know that would be weird. So why are we letting adults like do these 5-minute crafts or whatever? Talking about get your hot glue gun, get your freaking outlet, put the hot glue on the outlet.
This guy, he's 25. Like he's 25, yeah. Like
why is he at the Nick Choice Awards?
Because he makes stuff for kids.
It's weird. Like, it's weird. At some point, you should be at the age where you're catering to people your own age.
Yeah, like
that's weird.
It's really weird.
I would not want my kids watching.
And then I just scrolled down, and the first question, like it would be like more questions about this person. Like the first thing was, is Brent Rivera kid friendly? Yeah, too much in fact. Yeah, it was like. If you want to get into it, like, he's too darn old to be. Like,
in the beginning, people weren't getting canceled for nothing. Like, it was actually things that you were putting out content that was harming people, and you were getting, like, your consequences for it. Now, I feel
hate when comedians say that, too.
Yeah. Now, I feel like you can definitely get canceled over small offenses because people are sick of having to put up with the big offenses. However, an offense is still an offense. If you did something that did harm... I sound nasally, I can hear it. If you did something that did hurt somebody's feelings, whether or not you agree on their stance,
and
you could come out and acknowledge that.
Or something.
Yeah, you could come out and acknowledge it. That's your job. That's your responsibility as a content creator to come out and acknowledge where you might have harmed somebody's feelings.
Literally.
Because it's your platform. You don't want to be using your platform to harmfully affect. Because if you're trying to be a content creator, why would you want to make content harming people? Who's gonna want to watch that? That's like your platform.
People who do are like the sadistic weirdo losers who like Andrew Tate. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep
like your platform relies on like connecting with people. So why would you want to be harming people if that's what you want to do? Is connect with people.
And if you're connecting with the wrong people, then you're a dork, just like your fan base. Like,
so while I do think that responsibility can be misconstrued with celebrities, people think like, oh, you shouldn't be acting like this, you shouldn't be acting like this. Like with Will Smith, people were being unreasonable. Like a lot of celebrities, mind you, were being unreasonable with like the hate they were casting down on him. Wanda Sykes said some messed up stuff about Will Smith afterwards. For no reason, because nobody was affected. People were like, I'm traumatized. You didn't get popped.
Right. That has nothing to do with
how?
you.
Everybody watching thought it was hilarious. Nobody thought, like, this is so gruesome. Like,
right. Also, it was a
he got slapped.
He literally dodged it. He literally dodged it.
Can we talk about how his fingertips grazed the sheet?
Right. Like,
how nobody heard the clap? Because he didn't get
like how that land did not connect. Like, it's really not even that big of a deal.
It was more like the outburst. But that people did not like.
His scream, or yells. More like.
But even in that, like,
who was that really?
Watch your mouth.
Yeah,
watch your like you can't
watch
be
your mouth. And then how were the Oscars affected after that? Because they literally carried on with the show.
Right. So
it was talked about, but
while responsibility with the celebrities can get misconstrued, y'all do in fact, not even celebrities, but content creators. Remember we're talking about content creators, but both of them. While it can get misconstrued, y'all do in fact have a responsibility to act accordingly. The average citizen in any place has a responsibility to maintain, to maintain an ethical standard, which is why we talked about Kanye, which is why we talked about Andrew Tate, because I do not maintain the ethical standards. Y'all are not using you're not being responsible with the platform you do have. Yeah. You're just putting out information that is harming people, and then when you're like, when that's brought up, you refuse to acknowledge it, talking about you're being sensitive. That's not what I meant, but what you said harm people either way.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, I'm moving. Okay, y'all, we cut off before. Hold on.
Alright, now let's get to the positive people.
Alright, let's get to the positive. So we talked a lot about the negative, about like how people can be better and how people can reform. Let's talk about the positive. There are definitely some positive influences out there on the media. For me personally, I wrote this down. I rely on seeing people that look like me when it comes to media. Now, this is an entire debate conversation. A lot of people, especially in the reading community, okay, I've been on Book Talk. A lot of people feel as though like privileged people, specifically non-people of color, have a trend of not really indulging in some like literature or just media where people don't look like them because they feel disconnected, right? And from a place of privilege, it harms that media that you're like withholding from looking at, even if you are like wanting to look at it, just because people don't look like you. It harms that media, especially if it's predominantly people of color, because you're not giving it the spotlight that it really needs to, get better. Like it could be something big, but because people don't look like you and you're already the majority of people in the media, you're like harming that. Okay, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like I'm making sense, right, y'all? Like
to me at least.
I don't want to straight up be white people, but when. However, from a minority standpoint, I need the people in the media to look like me, or just to look something similar to me, to be people of color, because otherwise I feel...
because that's where people feel represented.
Yeah, otherwise I feel weird. Like, I was scrolling on I was scrolling on YouTube. I'm trying to find a YouTube channel that's like, that vibes with me, because I see all this, like vlogging is fun, but it's always, like, thrifting in New York City, and I love New York City, and I like thrifting, but I don't, it's like the same kind of content made by the same kind of people. And when I remember, like, I think it was like last year, maybe 2 years ago, I found a channel, and her name is Maya Beatrice, and she does a lot of the things I like New York City and thrifting, but she's black, and she's relatable, and she's funny, and she's silly, like me. And I was like, this is like me. This is what I needed, but didn't know I needed, like, because I'm sure her content is similar to every other, like, person's in New York who likes thrifting and is silly and goofy. But the difference is I can relate to her because she looks like me.
Something I was gonna say about that, like, relating back to, like, your book thing and, like, how white people, like, feeling disconnected or whatever, like, and then they'll be the same white people who are mad that, like, Ariel's black or whatever. But I'm like, imagine that being, like, your entire life, though. Like, imagine, like, our stepmom who was born, like, she was 6 years old when The Little Mermaid came out. Mm-hmm. And, like, imagine just now she's starting to see people that look like her. I mean, she's not black, but like, look like her, or like people of color, basically. Yeah, her family is finally being represented. Like,
we have a lot. I have some positive examples of people who
put out good, people who are just good influences. So as I said before, my YouTuber, vlogger girl that I watch, her name is Maya Beatrice. She lives in New York and she does a lot of vlogs and just a lot of real talk. I'm pretty sure she also started her own podcast.
That's
but
nice.
I don't actually think she started her own podcast because before she used to do chit chat videos. But now I think she's just calling her chit chat videos podcast episodes. I just saw that. Get that out of your mouth. But yeah, she used to do chit chat videos.
Anything. Did you see me pretend to light it?
Yes. Corey Kenshin is definitely one. I love him in his platform.
I was putting it up.
I love Corey Kenshin. He's just a goof, and I just love him. Alyssa Howard for y'all. Every time she, let me not say every time, because she be all over the place. I'm so
Girl, what?
No, because her videos be all over the place because she be chaotic or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But she be like, I'm Alyssa Howard for those of you who do know. For those of you who don't know. Like, she just says that all the time. I think it's funny. But I like Alyssa Howard. She also vlogs. She lives in Atlanta. We went down to Atlanta. I thought we were going to see her, and I didn't see her. But obviously, because Atlanta is huge. And I'm not sure about Atlanta.
But
Be quiet. Another thing is that I have a very specific not outlet, but just media sphere that I want to see, and a lot of times I'm not seeing that because of this fast fashion media thing.
I'm not seeing that.
I'm not seeing like genuine content. I really like that thing where people not the trend before it was a trend where people would buy buses and like renovate buses and like start their lives over and go on the road and then come back.
I don't
home
like how people make it seem like it's cheap. That's not no cheap project.
It's not. I like that. I watched a video about that. I didn't watch one video about that, but I watched this one girl do it. I watched her whole journey, and then it became a thing, and I'm seeing it a lot. And it's now very much fast fashion-y, where I'm seeing it a lot. And I'm like, now when I look up that video, not look up that video, but just look up a video about freaking van life or whatever, it's just so many van life. And it's the same aesthetic. It's the same. It's like they don't give genuine.
It's just like, okay, your shower's in the bathroom, or your shower's your toilet.
Stop.
No, and then the parents who do the van life thing, their kids literally sleep on like mats, bro. Like the parents will have like a master bedroom or not bedroom, but like they'll have like a California king size bed in the middle of the trailer or whatever, and the kids will literally. It's the statue of Liberty. Will literally be like sleeping on mats stacked on one another, like
that's a shit
with curtains for privacy. Bro.
I saw.
Did you say all your positive people yet? Oh, because I want to see mine. Say mine.
Yeah, my point that I was trying to make is that me personally, I know what I like, and I know like what the content that we're gonna be putting out, like this stuff. Is my ideals. Like this is what I would want to see if I was like looking for something to watch. Like I would want to watch a podcast like this, or just like just media that resembles like my Pinterest feed, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm just not seeing that because a lot of creators like me are not given
Fashion.
Did I just say creator? Not like me because I'm a creator. Creators who have similar interests in me, like me. Similar Pinterest boards like me.
Oh, right.
I just not
my like positive people, my positive peeps. Or I don't think I'm gonna say the last one because
say it.
I don't know. I might.
I'll say
anyway, no, girl, no. You got to say your 3 people. I didn't impose on that. So, anyways, first one is Xoxo Gomez. I love Xoxo because she's really cool, and I feel like it's really rare that I see like a person my age like with such similar ow like which
and I broke my nail
like, and that's exactly what you get. Keep your hands to yourself. Anyways, with such similar
you have hair in your neck.
Can you get it off? That tickled. Ow, you pinched me.
I know, I did it.
Yeah, and you have something right here.
Say your people.
Anyways, Xoxo Gomez because like I feel like it's very rare that I can see somebody. I was gonna say fine, but I don't know. See somebody that I like a lot and like has I guess my similar vibes and like kind of a vibe I guess I can look up to. But like I like that we're the same age because it inspires me.
It's like we're friends.
Yeah.
Well, y'all are not me.
We could be friends. We could be friends.
Y'all are friends. You know
girl,
her.
no,
she knows you.
It's giving parasocial relationship. I
What's
don't know her.
parasocial?
I'll explain after this. Drew and Enya. Enya and Drew and Enya, Kai, Josie,
Greer. One-sided relationships where one person extends emotional energy, interest, time, and the other party, and the other party is completely unaware of the other person's existence.
Yeah, it's like a lot of celebrities and like stalker-ish kind of.
God, that's giving. Don't ever say that.
What?
Because you're not stalking Xoxo.
No, what you said was giving parasocial relationship. Because
Why is people also ask, what the heck is a parasocial relationship? Who types that in? What the heck is a English?
Oh, I was saying Drew and Enya. I like their vibe. I think they're hilarious. We are basically Drew and Enya, but
don't.
What?
We're not Drew.
I'm Drew and you're Enya.
Actually, it's a compliment that I be Enya. Thank you. Like Drew's great, but I'm saying Enya is like a goddess. So I'm happy to. No, Drew's also a goddess.
Leah, oh my god.
Enya's also.
Shut up.
I'm just happy that
Drew's also great.
Like, no, I'm just happy that I was chosen to be Enya. I like Drew, but
I was saying whatever. Yeah, I'm Enya actually, and you're Drew because you wouldn't freaking do that.
Drew's a goddess. I just said that. Like,
okay, then yeah,
there's no
Drew.
tier. I was just happy that I was originally Enya. Free.
Okay.
I just like
well, I'm originally Enya now.
But not two. I was already.
Okay. Anyways, and yeah, I just like their vibe.
You told me to be Enya. You meant that.
I just think like a lot of the stuff that they do is really
no
cool.
way you just did that.
I just think like a lot of the stuff that they do is really cool. Like a lot of the events. Like if you really want to get it on right now, like we can literally
we can turn off the camera and get it on.
No, we can keep that camera on and see how, and everybody can see how you get your behind whooped.
I'd actually the same way I pinched you in that neck, I'd pinch you in the throat.
You snuck.
My neck was broke, but we're gonna get it fixed, so it's fine.
And the camera died. That's not even like, yeah.
This is actually the second time the camera died. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the camera kept off.
Yeah.
This is the outro.
Yeah, and this has been, and also
an intellectual conversation.
No, question. Do all podcasts do media, or is it just Drew and Enya? Because that's the only podcast I watch.
Do all podcasts do what?
Media. Like at the end, they'll say what they've been listening to and watching and reading for the week.
That's cool.
But I've never seen another podcast do it because I don't watch any other podcasts, so.
That's not copy them.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, is that like a thing for all podcasts? Or is that
research.
Just a special little thing?
Well, for the end of our podcast, we're gonna just acknowledge the new setup.
Smoke.
We're gonna acknowledge, these are actually tickets from our shows from our school's Legally Blonde musical. We're just gonna acknowledge our new setup. The bands from the posters from the bands that we like. I like the Wallows, so I printed this out from Staples. And then
I think we already did that.
It was another clip.
Oh.
Yeah. And then Lana likes TV Girl, so she got this poster from Amazon for TV Girl. No,
don't even read. Cause they got
for the official outro.
They got blue hair, bro.
You're done?
Pass me breath now.
For the official outro, we have to introduce our guest of honor. Our guest of honor. This is Jack. Say hello to Jack. Now, before we get flamed in, or I get flamed in, Jack's name is Jack because this little girl at my job named him Jack. All right, if it was up to me, he'd have a cooler name, but I named him Jack after this little girl.
Shouldn't his name be Spider-Man?
He's like, no. So
wait,
that's like his
say on the
ethnicity or something. It's like
girl, no.
Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man is his secret identity. His name is Jack, not Peter Parker. Like this is Jack. Don't question the little girl. She pointed to the Spider-Man at my job.
We're not making any sense.
Be quiet. We have him in the case at the register at my job, and she pointed to it, and I was like, why don't you give him a name? And she said Jack. So I bought mine. I named him Jack after that not after the little girl, but in honor of that little girl. Now this dude I bought at H&M for like $5. I've yet to name him. Help me name him. I don't know.
Why are you look? I've yet to name him. His name is Jeffrey.
Because he's a jerk. Give me stop. Why would you this is why you don't have guest of honor.
Well, you didn't even.
I've yet to name him, so you guys leave comments for his name. And this is just I'm just introducing y'all to him.
I just realized something. You're gonna burn.
You're not funny. Also, name this guy right here in the middle. This is our dude, our best friend. Name him.
Gerard. That's Reginald. That's Reggie.
Okay.
I guess
Name
she
him.
didn't that.
Name
She
him.
didn't like that name.
Name him. And let us know, what did you guys think of the stance that we took about the topics about Chris Rock? Do you think Will Smith should have popped him harder? Do you think he should have popped him at all? Let us know in the comments. And if you disagree, remember there's no burden keeping your mouth shut. You guys have a nice day.
And always remember to go up there and slap Chris Rock.